Hey sports fans, here we are at the property Friday the 15th of September. It's a nice day out, blue sky. There were some clouds this morning and it was kind of cool, but it's warmed up a little bit. You can see in front we got 3 deer out at the feeder today. I think one of them is one of the one on the right, I think, is one of the fawns. They've lost their spots. It's an awful small one, so it leads me to believe that. So they're out there chomping away at the corn. And today's update is not going to be a big one, because all we've been doing this week is, well, Monday and Friday, Monday and today, all we've been doing is splitting wood. And I sorted it all out, put some pallets out, and just to show how much we got. So I have split roughly half of the elm, and that's the rest of it right there. This is the rest of the elm I got to split. So you'll see how much I've already split. And then there's those 3 big maple rounds at the bottom, and all these 3 pallets are maple. And of course I wasn't here Wednesday because Wednesday was my birthday. So I took a day off. Well, I had a doctor's appointment and Robin got her new couch in. So this is what we've got left to split. And there's quite a bit of maple there to do. And from that tree, there's still like 4 branches that are fairly large that we could cut up and bring in too. But what we do have is we now have all the wood put away for this winter. So this stuff here, all the way up to here, and this stack here, this is all stuff I split and stacked last year. So that's a maple tree that fell down behind the pit, the fire pit. And then this, from here over to the edge, that is all stuff left over from the previous year. So we'll burn this stuff first, and then we go into that stuff. And then we've got a shitload for next year, because like I say, we've got this left to split for the elm. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 quarters that's left. And then all this maple. And then what we have already stacked is this here for the elm. So what we've done already is this. So I don't think I want to go too much higher on this. We're already probably up about, what, 3 feet or so. I don't know if I want to go much higher. So like you say, we got the corners, and then we still have to fill up the center. And then we got these pieces left over here, which I started to stack here because I may just do this one. So, and then these are all pieces I cut that are relatively square for stacking the corners to hold it in. And we swapped out the other pallets, so we got all good pallets here now. And then this is all we have left for the other stuff. So Ken wants to take some more for a camping trip. So we'll end up taking that. I don't think he'll take all of it. He'll probably take a couple bags worth. And then we got the tires here for putting the, because I'm going to put tin on them on the tops of these this year, and then the tires to hold everything down. So I'll keep the water off it, and the snow and everything else like that. Other than that, the lawn's still long and everything else, but that's all we've been doing today. So I split 3 bucket loads this morning and a bucket load after lunch. And this is what we got left. So there's going to be quite a bit here. And then I still got that little bit there too, which is, and then the stuff that's in behind the old tonneau cover, that is the cherry and the apple for my house. So we got this little stuff in here, which I forget where it came from. And then this stuff here, there's a little bit of cherry wood, and these are some boards. I still got to take the nails out of these boards, but we got this stuff down in here. So we still got a fair amount to split. So I think it's safe to say we're gonna have a surplus for next year, which is good. It's never bad to have a surplus. And I can make the space because we organized all this stuff in here. John was here on Saturday. Of course, that was in the update. We organized everything in here. So worst comes to worst, I can take this stuff here, because you can see there's a pallet here all the way to the end, and I can stack more firewood there. We can move this stuff. That's not a big deal. You know, everything's fairly fluid. That's another feeder that I was going to, feeder bucket that I was going to use. So, but that can be moved. So I can stack more in here if I need it. And then this at the end, we're going to use for all the cedar stuff. Don't have a lot in there right now, but that's all going to be cedar. I got a couple standing dead ones that are kind of leaning over that I got to cut and throw up in there to use. But I don't go through a lot of cedar, so I don't really need a whole lot. You only need a few sticks to start everything. So that's what's going on. Like I say, not a big update, but we got a lot of splitting done, a lot of more splitting to do. I mean, if I was out here splitting for 8 hours a day, yeah, we could probably get this done fairly quick. But I'm out here, I'm doing other stuff as well, and feeding the deer and feeding the birds. Although I will say I filled the feeders up last Wednesday, and I think they were pretty much full anyway. So in a week and a half, they've really touched nothing. Like, there's hardly any birds out here. There's some crows hanging around, and I've heard a couple blue jays. And that's it. I do not know where all the other birds are. I haven't seen any goldfinches. I haven't seen anything. So I don't know if they're summer birds, and because it started to cool down, they're starting to migrate south, or what's happened to them. But there's been no activity. Holy crap, that's a big dragonfly. So, so that's what's going on. There's been hardly any birds out here. The deer are eating the corn, obviously. I'll have pictures tomorrow for Friday, or for Saturday. But this is our regular Friday update. It started out 8 degrees this morning. Let's see what the temperature is today. And our temperature is, oh, it's just like 19, 20 degrees Celsius, or, well, what we got? 66, 67 Fahrenheit. And there's a couple squirrels around. Haven't seen many chippies either. And no groundhogs. However, the cameras may pick up something for groundhogs, because they never seem to come out anymore when people are out. But yeah, that's what we got going on. So, and tomorrow Ken's coming out. We got, I may put up the, depending on what's going on, I may put the burlap up on these things for the hunting season that I leave up there. So it kind of, when you're sitting down, it kind of masks all the movement from below your neck out onto the field, which is really good. So that'll go up now so they get used to it. And that's really it. That's probably all we're going to do tomorrow, is split some more wood and put that burlap up, and Ken's going to have a bonfire. It's such a wonderful life. And then a barbecue for lunch. So that's all we got going on today, sports fans. It's a really short update today, because all we've been doing is splitting firewood. Everything else, the solar panel's working, the new outhouse is working. Still trying to get in touch with a guy to get some slab wood for the walls, but had no response yet. So that's what's happening out here, and we'll see you here.